Megyn Kelly has taken another swipe at narcissistic Kim Kardashian after the reality star was booed at the Los Angeles Rams game on Sunday. The former Today host, 51, said the country was getting sick of vain, rules don't apply to me stars such as Kim, 41, when discussing the weekend's incident in which the Skims founder was heckled after appearing on the Jumbotron. Speaking on podcast, The Megyn Kelly Show, with political commentator Andrew Sullivan about his piece on the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Megyn reflected on how the general public used to idolize royalty rather than the false gods of the Kardashians. Kelly said of Kim, "I don't think she is a bad person, but I hate what she's come to stand for and what she represents." Referencing the star's recent $1.26 million fine by the SEC for failing to disclose that she was paid $250,000 to promote a cryptocurrency on Instagram, Kelly added, "So, I believe the reason they booed Kim Kardashian is because the country's getting sick of narcissistic, vain, self-promotional, rules do not apply to me type of people, like her, like Meghan Markle. And I do think one of the reasons it's in the ether is because the death of the Queen and the reminder of what used to be, what once was, what we used to once revere versus this false god of money, and materialism, and selfie culture, and weird decisions on extreme plastic surgery that one refuses to acknowledge infecting it into the bloodstream of our little ones and so on." Slamming Meghan Markle, Kelly added, "Anyways, everything is either racist, sexist, or wrong when it comes to Meghan Markle, despite all of the enormous gifts that have been given to her. It's back to my comment about the Kim Kardashian boost. I am cheering the downfall of this woman's approval ratings. I'm cheering the authors who are bringing these stories out, so that people can see how petty and shallow and small these people are." This comes after Megyn took aim at the famous family for their unrivaled vanity and denounced the reality TV family as a force for evil earlier this month, like, the self-promotional out-of-control focus on oneself, ego, clicks, likes, they're hugely responsible for that in our society, the journalist said on her podcast. "They didn't do it by themselves, but more than any other, they've had a terrible effect in that lane, and I do blame them. I do." This comes after the TV personality slammed Jennifer Lopez and Shakira for showing off their bodies during their Super Bowl halftime performance. Kelly recalled interviewing the family on the Today Show and asking them, "Are you a force for good or a force for evil?" She remembered, "And they gave me their answer, but the more I've watched them over the years, the more I think that it's evil." The mother of three went on, "I don't think this is healthy, and that's what I object to is like their disgusting vanity, which has spread like wildfire in our society. The selfie culture is abhorrent to me. I think that's what I'm responding to as opposed to some titillation from a beautiful woman here and there." 5 years ago Kelly welcomed Kim, Kourtney, and Khloe Kardashian, as well as Kendall and Kris Jenner, onto the Today Show to discuss the 10-year anniversary of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She confronted her guests, "Women will say, the Kardashians are evil because my kid is looking at pictures of them and is being driven towards superficial goals that are unattainable. I said publicly before, I wanna ask you that question, are you a force for good or a force for evil?" Kim laughed off the backlash and defended her show, saying, "I think quite honestly, through our show, we've shown so much more positive things." She cited the feedback we get even from, Kendall and Kylie's dad transitioning and people not knowing how to handle that and how to deal with that. The sex tape icon argued that the show's naysayers only want to focus on, "Oh, they're superficial. Oh, they're wearing makeup." Kris, the momager behind the family's success, maintained that the critics of the show are a very small percentage. I mean, the girls have hundreds of millions of followers, hundreds of millions, and like Kylie for example, she employs 500 or 600 people on her team. Kendall added that Kylie, as the figurehead of a global lip kit enterprise, has an insane business, and anyone who says they don't want their kid to be like that and have an insane business at 19 and literally be like so successful is insane to me. Kylie was evidently unconvinced, doubling down on her criticism and noting, "The people that don't love it say, my daughter doesn't look like a Kardashian, and she feels pressured to be perfect and to look like they look." Kendall, a stunningly svelte supermodel, cooed, "None of us are perfect," while Khloe, who used to have a much fuller figure than the one she has now, remembered how she used to be unfavorably compared to her sisters. "But I had such an amazing core base that I never felt less than," Khloe claimed, "and if anyone is comparing themselves to somebody else, that's your responsibility at home to teach them what core values are and to be a good person from within." Kelly's new remarks about the Kardashians came in the same podcast episode where she slated the revealing outfits Jennifer Lopez and Shakira wore to their Super Bowl halftime performance in 2020. "I object to like J-Lo and Shakira showing their vag at the Super Bowl," Kelly said during a recent episode of her podcast, The Megyn Kelly Show. "Like I don't want that. It's gotta be situation appropriate."